On April 17th, Valdosta Daily Times made an article about Michelle Hamhart. Michelle Hamhart was detained for pretty much resisting arrest. Uh, what she was actually doing was trying to preserve her rights and the what she believed were the rights of the American flag. Earlier that day, and for the 2 days prior, there were protests on the Valdosta College campus by an organization who chooses to remain anonymous. During their protest, they decided to use the American flag as a symbol against slavery. The way in which they used the American flag was to lay it across the ground and proceed to walk back and forth across it. Not only did one of the protesters do it, multiple of them did. Um, Michelle claims that she received a phone call from one of the students who saw this protest and decided to take action. When she arrived onto the scene, she did not know who the protesters were nor what they were protesting. However, she did know they were walking across the American flag. A little bit of background. Michelle Hamhart is a U.S. Air Force veteran. And by what is taught within the military, that is a huge no-go. Walking across the American flag, for one, and two, for it to even touch the ground. So she was trying to take the flag and so she can dispose of it properly. When she did so, she pretty much stole the flag from these individuals. The cops were called, and she was asked to relinquish the flag over to the police officers. While she was in discussion with the officers, the protesters decided to surround them, and during such, she refused to not only relinquish the flag, but also resisted arrest. By the end of the story, she was detained and then put in the back of a police car and then driven off. The protesters reportedly have decided not to press charges against her, and the police officers also chose not to press charges against resisting arrest. However, the university has decided to place a no trespassing claim against her, so she's no longer allowed to go to any of the graduations or functions that are done at said campus. After she was detained, the police officers attempted to get the identification cards of the protesters, and they refused to show identification to the officers, and they were dispersed immediately. One of the chairmen at the university cannot determine whether or not these protesters are actually a part of said university, nor why they were protesting. However, he does feel as though that they were protesting properly by using their freedom of speech. He does not agree with the manner in which they were protesting, just the fact that they were protesting and they had the right to do so. There you go. Protesting by walking on the American flag. By the videos in which I have seen on this through Facebook, their claim was pretty much towards freedom of slavery. And one of the statements made by one of the protesters was, "We will not give respect towards an item in which our slave masters has put in front of us." So, why is this important? One, other people show different respect towards other things differently. When making a protest, and if you want it to be peaceful, you should probably take in consideration the other ideas of other individuals. Two, yes, there is a proper way in which a flag should be disposed of if it does touch the ground and or is disrespected in a manner in which Michelle Hamhart feels as though it has been. And three, don't resist arrest. Have a good day.